my job to educate you guys on the health of your immune system and how to keep it healthy, because we all have this healing capacity and it all comes with that immune system. But a lot of people today have compromised systems. They're very weak and they aren't able to fight off any viruses or pathogens or toxins, parasites, anything that comes into the body, bacteria. They can't fight off because they're not eating the right foods. We talk a lot about bacteria and we need to have this ratio of good to bad bacteria, because most people today have too much bad bacteria in them, which is feeding these viruses and these pathogens, and it's creating chronic inflammation, which is creating disease, it's creating bad skin, so it's creating all of these health concerns. It's that inflammation and it's just this overload of chronic bacteria and viruses and pathogens. They sit inside our organs, our liver, our kidneys, our gut. They sit there and they like to thrive on certain foods. They just love it, and these are the foods that are making you sick. Viruses in us. Every single one of us has a virus, and they sit inside your liver and your organs and other parts of the body, and they will just sit there. And every time you eat that gluten, and every time you eat that dairy, and every time you eat sugar, and every time you eat loads of processed meals and loads of fat, you keep feeding these viruses, and these viruses will eventually grow and take over your body, and then you create lots of inflammation, and you also feed bad bacteria, so then you've lost your good microbiome, which is then creating lots more inflammation, and then this is where we get a lot of sickness and disease. Lifestyle factors have completely destroyed our gut microbiome, from all these antibiotics, through these medications, through vaccinations, through bad diet, through chronic stress, even through heavy metals as well, mercury, all these heavy metals around us, radiation from our phones and things. There's just a lot of toxicity going on around us, and it's creating weak immune systems. But the good news is that there are foods that can actually help your immune system thrive and help to draw out heavy metals and viruses and poisons that sit inside our body. In a very unclean world, there are so many toxins around us, and there is only so much your body can take. And it is when your body has reached that maximum where it's screaming out with rheumatoid arthritis, Graves' disease, chronic acne, eczema, psoriasis, cancer, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's disease. All of these illnesses, these start to creep up on us because we haven't been taking care of removing the toxins out of our body, taking care of our gut microbiome in our bodies well. And this is why we develop health problems. In my book, I'm always going on about these probiotics and how they're going to help your ecosystem to thrive. But the most important thing that we need to get right is the food that we put into our bodies, because your gut microbes, those good microbes, need healthy food to be able to thrive. So if you need to eat the bad food, like the sugar and the gluten and the dairy and the excess meat and the excess fats and all the sodas and all the alcohols, etc., and you don't put in the foods that the gut microbiome actually wants, then you're not going to feed your body to wellness. You're still going to create disease, because you have to put the good food in to create that well-being in your body and to reduce the inflammation. It's all about this inflammation that's happening. Remember, it's like this furnace fire inside of you. Whenever you feed your body with the bad food, it's just creating that extra fire. Microbes, your good bacteria, aren't looking for eggs. They aren't looking for sugar. They aren't looking for meat. They aren't looking for alcohol. They aren't looking for fat. They're looking for healthy foods. They're looking for fruits. They're looking for your vegetables. They're looking for dark leafy greens. They're looking for all of your rainbow foods that are going to nourish your little ecosystem and create that lovely little garden inside your gut. But also what these amazing foods do is they help to draw out this. They help to draw out the toxins. They help to draw out the pathogens, because they will sit in your body and they will create disease. They will grow that bad bacteria, which then creates that leaky gut, which then creates the SIBO, which then creates irritable bowel syndrome, which then creates irritable disease even. There's so much going on in your body and you're feeding it the wrong foods. If you want to get back to wellness, you have to feed your body well. The immune system can only be healthy and strong if you put the right foods in. And if you're not putting the right foods in, you will weaken your immune system. And you need to have a strong immune system because we come into so many toxins every single day. We have radiant exposure from 5G, from our iPhones that we carry in our hands, and then we have the environmental air that we breathe has some toxins in it. There's mercury falling out of the sky in our chemtrails. We then have our homes where there's carpets that have got chemicals on the carpets. The laundry detergents we use, there is just chemicals everywhere. Nail varnish we use, hair dyes, everything. And our body will eventually collapse. But it won't collapse if you at least put those good food and feed your gut microbes and also draw out that toxicity, because food is your most powerful healer when you understand what your body needs. It's so obsessed with weight loss, but what they're not seeing the bigger picture here is you might be struggling with your weight because you're holding on to these viruses and these toxins and these pathogens and this bad bacteria, this overgrowth, because you've been feeding your body all the wrong foods. There's nothing to do with calorie counting or anything like that. This is about bringing your body back to wellness. And as soon as you bring your body back to wellness, you will automatically lose weight, because that's what happens when you create health. Your body will just fall back into a place where you are. Yes, we also need to exercise because that also helps your immune system thrive. It keeps it healthy. We've got to get the right foods into our bodies, guys. If you really, really want to understand about health, it comes down to the power of nutrition. All these chronic illnesses that people now have come from inflammation. They come from bacteria, they come from viruses, they come from pathogens, they come from toxins, and they come from a very weak immune system because we have not been feeding, yes, our gut microbes, not been feeding them very well, and we are creating illness in our own bodies because of bad choices. Not our fault, because we've not been told the truth. But now, like, if you're watching this, it's now time to understand what foods you do need for your body if you really want it to heal. And your body is amazing. It can heal as long as you give it the right environment. And that's what we're also not being told. Take care of your immune system, guys. Put the right foods into your body and you will bring yourself back into a wellness place. From that illness, free from that chronic awful skin problem that I've also had. I've had chronic acne and an autoimmune disease. We've got to get back to that place of wellness, guys, and it starts with the power of your nutrition and the power of your gut.